Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, crying, hug, friendship solid as gold. My soul whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows and KOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't seen a lot of people go live lately.
Oh, for the mixtape tour?
Yeah.
So,
hashtag mixtape tour.
So I noticed on Periscope.
Periscope, that's so smart.
So I just go to the Periscope app and I pull open the map and I like zoom in on where they are. And then I find the little dots, like the circles.
You're so smart. That's so intelligent.
So
I didn't think about that. I've just been sitting there on Instagram.
Like waiting
for nothing.
Who's going to go live? But Periscope, I mean, a lot of people don't use Periscope these days.
No.
But some people are on it.
Remember us? The first, okay.
We love
Remember
Periscope.
us?
I'm going to take this bracelet off.
When was it? Was it the first? Was it the one that we went with Steph, or was it the one? I think it was both, and we Periscoped the drive down.
I think it was both.
And we like made friends.
We did make friends.
It was so cool.
Yes, we were definitely with Steph because she was like, "What are you doing?" Like she was so confused.
And like
that's awesome.
And like going down, they were like, "Please do it during the concert." So we did.
We made all kinds of friends.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah,
that was a long time.
It was with Steph.
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Periscope. We used to Periscope just like we would go for a drive.
Yeah.
In Periscope.
It was fun.
It was. Your eyebrows look amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Like even just from like when I first got here and you did a couple of things, they look amazing. Like really good.
love, so Brooke sent me to Sabrina, if you're listening, because she said she was going to listen.
Yeah, good.
And she did my brows. And was like, this is because my brows are really, really thin and they're really sparse.
Yeah, and they're short.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
She's good.
She trimmed them, though. Like, she trimmed them down. Like Charlene was saying that she does. Like, she trimmed them down. Like, the hair.
I have to trim mine because if I don't, I'll have ones that go like, bing, 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 like really long ones. Obscenely long.
So, thank you. About the brows.
You're welcome. Sorry, I interrupted you. We were talking about Periscope and stuff.
Oh, no, that's okay. I don't remember. I don't think there was anything else I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
I just think that was very smart. That's what you did.
Yeah, I mean, rather than like sitting around and waiting for someone to like pop up.
That's
and also, you know how
I'm going to do it tonight for Corpus Christi.
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
I am too. Excited. That's why I need to learn all the words to the way.
I love that song so much. But like, I try to listen to it with Sadie in the car.
Yeah.
Not that it says the word.
No.
But it implies it. And I don't want her like singing it because she'll like randomly sing songs if they're in her head.
Yeah.
I don't want her to go to school and sing that song. And
oh, I totally just sang it with the kids in the car when we went for our walk.
Well,
I just like left out that word. They had no idea. They weren't even paying attention.
Then there. See, that's good.
The only time that they were paying attention was when I was like talking on, what's it called?
Marco Polo?
Yep. Because they thought I was going live.
So behind.
And so I was on Marco Polo minding my own business. And then I went live today at the cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
Live at the cemetery.
Live, breaking.
Yeah, because I haven't
done that.
I haven't done that in a long time. So
no, you haven't. I mean, obviously not through the winter.
Right. I figured I would do it again.
Yeah.
So I did, and I encouraged everyone to listen to our podcast episode today. And
good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will. And hopefully they're listening to this one right now.
I hope so. So today we are recording way ahead of time.
Yes, we are, because of just, that's the way.
We're almost 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, we are 2 weeks out like, from the release date.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because this Friday we would normally record, but we are going to see a band. We're going to go see a band.
Dakota.
They're
like a local band.
Yeah.
And they play a lot of like fun, like 80s type of band songs.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and I also want to go to see a Shot of Poison.
Oh, yeah.
At the Eagles Club.
I think I might skip out on that one.
That would be no, that would be fun. I feel like that would be more fun than this. And Dakota's going to be there too.
Oh, Dakota's going to be there too?
Yes. So a Shot of Poison and Dakota.
I don't think I can go both Fridays in a row though.
Why not?
Because we got our probably. Well, I guess we could record
we'll just
another
do it
day.
a different day.
That's true.
Just like
That's
this.
true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I think we can't. I think that you'd really like a Shot of Poison.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about a Shot of Poison. I like their name.
A Shot of Poison.
It makes me laugh. And if you haven't already figured it out, they're a Poison cover band.
Hells yeah.
And I think that could be really fun.
You know how I like Poison.
And you know how I like a good cover band.
Yeah.
Sink in, anyone?
Where are you guys? Sink in? Hello?
I know. Where are... Wouldn't I love to find them? Wouldn't I love to find the Sink In Chris Kirkpatrick?
Yeah. Where are you? Where'd you go?
What's your name?
I feel like they had a website.
They did have a website. They absolutely had a website.
Wayback Machine. How you doing?
Yeah.
Let's get on that.
We need to get on that.
Okay. So shall we
intro?
Talk about what we're going to do today?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Should we intro first? And then talk about what we're going to do?
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. This is not a block party.
No, it is not.
Contrary to the earlier conversation.
It is not. But here's the facts. Here's the cold, the cold, the cold hard facts. It is NKOTB season.
It is, and I have a feeling that anybody that's listening to this right now cares.
Yes.
So
we're just gonna. It's just that's the way it's gonna be. That's just the way it is.
There you go.
Some things will never change.
All right, so I'm gonna intro.
Okay.
And let's get into it.
All right.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to our podcast.
All. If this is your first time listening,
hello.
You picked a great day.
Yeah.
I mean, any day is a great day.
You might want to go back a couple episodes.
Maybe like 4.
Yes.
Wow.
Because
not 4 episodes of my so-called whatever, but 4 episodes of my so-called life.
That is exactly right. Because you spoke, we listened. You spoke and said you wanted to hear my so-called life recaps, and guess what? Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we go. Whoa,
Episode
with the
5.
my so-called life. Go now, go.
I was gonna sing like the music. That I don't think I can do that. I can't do it.
Okay.
So, yeah, we watched episode 5.
Yes.
Which is titled Visit.
Yes.
And I remembered this very, very well.
You know, I did as well. I was very surprised that I remembered as much as I did.
Yeah.
Very surprised. Because at first when I was watching it, I was like, I don't know if I remember this very well.
It was a very emotional episode, like as a teenager to watch.
Yes.
As an adult, I have feelings.
It was very different. It was so different.
It was like...
But I could remember
so different.
What my feelings were watching this as a teenager.
Me too.
But raising a teenage daughter, this really hit home.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not there yet.
These are some of the things that I'm going through right now. Well, not like Patty, but like some of the things.
Just, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I have thoughts. So. And I don't know. It's just weird. It was a weird episode for me to watch. I was a little bit uncomfortable, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Were you really?
I was a little uncomfortable. Yeah, because, and we'll talk about it more, but just like an overview. As a teenager, I remember identifying so much with Angela in like my like awkwardness.
Yeah.
But as an adult, not that I identified with Patty. I didn't.
No, me either.
Except for the fact that she was like a night cream.
I identified with Sharon's mom. A little bit. I honestly did. A little bit. I identified with her.
Yeah. Well, so I just felt like purely from Angela's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a teenager, like, I felt ugly
Mm-hmm.
and whatever.
Me
This
too.
is just, But as an adult, looking at her and hearing her say that, like, as a mother,
It hurt.
it hurt my soul. Like, it
was so
hurt so
sad.
bad. Like, what? Like, don't think that of yourself. You're beautiful. Like, you are a beautiful, beautiful
But they must
girl.
have had a teenager, like, writing this along with them. Because, like, you forget about those feelings that you had. You forget about them.
You do. I mean, I did. But they come back when you watch things
When
like
you're
this.
watching it, you're like, oh my gosh, I felt exactly the same.
That's how I felt. But
Mhm.
now, like, it's hard for me to see it from her perspective because I'm not that.
You're looking at your daughter and thinking, I hope my daughter doesn't ever think that
And
about
that's what
them.
made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like the reality of, like, that's how that is.
Right.
And it was uncomfortable to watch. But we should go play by play.
Okay. So
And you have the outline.
I do.
Because you were very good and took an outline.
I did, because if I don't, like, I'd forget, like, certain scenes. So the first scene was with Sharon and her new boyfriend and their quote unquote developing relationship, and the teacher introducing metamorphosis. And they're talking about like changing and evolving.
It
and
all really tied in well together.
It really
didn't it?
did. It really did. It was like such a, like, there were hidden meanings everywhere, because
Right.
like, even though she was talking about in the introduction, in her dialogue or whatever, monologue or whatever you
Mhm.
want to call it, she was talking about how, Sharon was changing, and really so was she.
Right.
Like, she was changing too, and she just didn't see it in herself.
Right.
I think.
I think so. It was like a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But like maybe
A
foreshadowing.
little bit, yeah.
But it just like how it just lined up very nicely. It was
Right.
it was packaged really well.
There was a strong theme here,
There was a very strong theme.
which was metamorphosis.
and
It really should have been called metamorphosis.
changing bodies, changing minds.
But the zit became a metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
This was like so deep.
I was gonna say this is like really deep.
And normally, and I was like, am I getting too deep on this one? But I really don't think that I did.
No, normally, you know how I am.
Yeah,
And you know how I'll say, like, Nikki, I think you're thinking too much into it.
Right. This
I think
one,
it's too deep. I think you're going too deep. Nope.
This
You are
one.
on point with
I
that.
was like, no, this is like super deep. And
It is.
I mean, on so many levels, and I was really trying to not be like, because
Right.
I would, like, in the back of my head, I was thinking, I get too deep on these episodes and I think too much into it. But like, so I think I've missed some things along the way that you'll probably pick up on,
Maybe.
because I didn't want to go too deep into
Right.
it. But
It's funny because as I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is like really deep. Like, this is eerily deep.
right,
Like, and I don't look deep into things.
Right.
I don't look for that.
right.
I don't look for a meaning. But it was like right there.
It was like,
It was kind of
here's
crazy.
the meaning, and here's how you're going to follow along with the meaning, and here's how it's going to apply to all these
Yes.
characters. And
So can we just say real quick,
yes,
just because we talked about him,
okay,
Sharon's boyfriend Kyle,
yeah.
how you doing,
I-
sir?
Oh my gosh, I would have been all over that back then.
So-
Back in the day, I would have been like, Kyle, you are one hot commodity.
I remember when he was like watching the show thinking, oh my God, he is so hot.
Mhm.
And around the same time, this is what I had to look up. I knew him from something else.
Yes, I was thinking that. What do we know him from?
So he was on the face in the milk carton.
Okay. I
Which was
vaguely
like
remember that was like an after school special type of deal, or a Lifetime movie.
It may have been like a Sunday night movie or something.
Okay,
turned Lifetime
okay.
movie.
Yep.
But it had, what's her name? Kelly or something that was on the show.
Oh, Life Goes On.
Yes.
Yes.
So she was in that
Okay.
movie, and she was the face on the milk carton.
Oh.
And that was like her boyfriend or something
Oh.
on that movie.
So she went missing.
Yes.
Oh.
But she didn't know she was missing?
Oh.
It's really interesting. I've watched it.
I want to see it again.
I've watched it, and this is why I recognize him from it,
I
because
feel-
I've probably watched it 17 times.
I feel like I've watched it. I just don't remember it.
I'm sure
Which
you did
now
watch
we
it.
all know that is a strong possibility.
And I loved it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
So anyway, he was
Can
in
you watch
that.
it on? Can you watch it on YouTube?
Probably.
I wonder where you can watch it.
I mean, I just had it pulled up on IMDb, so that usually will tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, The Face in the Milk Carton TV movie.
What else was he in?
Kelly Martin. That was it. I mean, he was in a couple other things, like small things.
Okay.
Like, he was in one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's probably where I know. That's probably where I knew him from.
But he doesn't even have a name. He was way cool guy.
Oh, well then I wouldn't know.
He was frat guy on 90210, one episode.
What?
He was in Gia. He played Gia's brother, Joey.
I don't know what that is.
A movie. He was in one episode of Clueless. Like, episode.
Oh, the show.
Yeah. So he was in...
so like I wouldn't have even known him from Buffy because he would have been just like a side character.
Not even. He was like an extra.
Wow.
But that's it. So he wasn't Say Anything. But he was younger, like a kid.
Okay.
And he was back in Back to the Future. He was Scooter Kid #1. And I do recognize him from that movie.
Okay, like when they had the boards?
No, because that was Back to the Future Part 2.
Oh, okay.
But he's not been in a lot. But I don't understand why. He was hot.
Yeah, what is
going on? Where is he now?
Yeah, where are you now?
Like, I'm curious.
Where are you now, Kyle?
His real name is Johnny Green.
Johnny Green, where are you now? So yeah. Coming into the episode, you're seeing that, and then all of a sudden it's like the teacher's talking about metamorphosis, and then Brian's looking at Sharon's boobs.
Brian, you know how I feel about Brian Krakow. Brian, you are a creep. That's creepy. Just don't. And the part where he was like, I don't, that line he says.
You don't get noticed, you blend in.
No.
Oh, wait. That was
I don't condone it, but I don't condemn it.
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Brian and Sharon in band. That was when they were in band.
Yes.
I don't condone it, but I don't condemn it. Which really you would say, like, why wouldn't he say I don't condone it?
Right. That's
first.
What you would say, I would think.
No, but he says I don't condemn it first, but I don't condone it.
And the way he says it, and he kind of like smirks and laughs at the end.
Creepy creeps.
It was a little creepy.
No wonder he played the creepy guy on CSI.
Right. So anyway, I was like, Brian, stop it. Stop acting like you've never seen boobs in a sweater.
Exactly.
Because they're all over the place.
Exactly.
Look around. But I felt like really bad for her. Like I felt it was just really like it was uncomfortable.
It's like, why are you looking at her boobs?
Right.
I know that's what guys do. Like, but I know that's what guys around that.
It took somebody making a list for you to notice that?
Right.
That seems weird.
So the list. List comes out and they're in the bathroom and they, meaning Angela, Ricky, and Rayanne.
Yes.
They're in the bathroom and all of a sudden this list comes out.
Yes.
And they notice that Sharon's on the list.
Yes.
For, what did it say? It was like...
I don't remember what the verbiage was.
It wasn't like biggest boobs. It was like...
No, but...
knockers or something like that.
Assets?
Something like that. And then Rayanne gets all excited because she gets most slut potential. And Angela's like...
she kind of
mad.
Out.
She was like mad about it. Like,
right.
Because she found that offensive.
Right.
But then she started to think, well, am I getting offended because I don't want to be considered a slut? Or am I getting offended because I don't want them calling my friend a slut? Probably both. Probably a little bit of both.
Right.
And did you notice what she was wearing? Like boxer shorts with like...
yeah, like tights or something? Yeah. Nice. 90s.
Like, yeah, totally 90s.
So I also kind of got from it, and I don't know, because again, when I was watching it, I remembered watching it before. So I don't know if it was my feelings that had carried over just from kind of remembering the episode. But I remember thinking like, why are you flipping out about this? Right. She was kind of flipping out a little bit. Like she was like, for Angela.
Yeah, I guess so.
She was like, I don't know, like what, I don't know. She was very like loud about it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought it was like stupid or whatever. But I'm like, okay, do you kind of wish that you were on it?
Well, I think that that's really what it was all about. Like,
because at the end,
yeah,
and we'll get there.
She says right then, she was like, you don't get noticed. You blend in.
Right.
And so she's really blending in and she's kind of, I think she's disappointed she's not on the list. She kind of wants to be on the list.
Because she wants to be seen.
Right.
Just seen.
Exactly.
Even though it would be easy for like a friend of hers or non-friend or ex-friend to say like, you don't want this kind of attention.
Right.
But
Rayanne wants the attention because any attention for Rayanne is good
positive.
Attention. Right.
For her.
Exactly.
In her mind.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting. And like that kind of made me uncomfortable. And I don't know why. Like I can't explain why.
That's funny.
And also, I think, I don't know, it's just weird how things kind of come together. But I also remember watching, this is not my so-called life, but I remember watching 13 Reasons Why with the list on those episodes.
Right.
And I think that part of that kind of got into my head too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, mucky, like muddled up in my mind.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of like, ugh, but like the list just felt creepy.
Yeah.
And like, bleh.
But it
never felt like that when I was younger.
Wasn't there some kind of list at our school?
I don't think so.
Like,
I know that there were ignorant things.
Like in the bathroom or something.
Absolutely.
That's what I really meant.
Yeah. Like I don't think there was a list like this.
Mm-hmm.
But there were ignorant things like said and written about like girls and stuff.
Yeah.
In places. Like in bathrooms or like the parking lot. Like stuff like that.
Oh, the parking lot.
Yeah.
That was okay. So guys, the seniors would always decorate the parking lot.
Right. Like their last day.
Exactly. And sometimes some very mean things were written about underclassmen by the seniors.
Right. And it's so...
It was just like, I just remember thinking, actually kind of like Angela. I'm going to be honest. Like, part of me is like, thank God.
Right.
Thank you, God, that I was not. But then it was like, well, I'm not popular like these girls. So, when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
When I was a freshman.
Right.
As I got like sophomore year, I got a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable, like in my place at the high school.
Sure.
Because
that makes sense.
I had my own. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was most popular, but I mean, pretty much people knew who I was. I wasn't like.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly what you mean. You didn't disappear.
No.
Because you were, you participated and you had a lot of friends and of differing groups.
Right. For my freshman year, I was like, line. That's what we call him. Please notice me.
Please love me.
Oh, hey, how you doing on Facebook?
Oh my gosh. So I don't know. Like that was uncomfortable, but maybe more just, again, from an adult standpoint too. So it was hard.
Yeah.
It was like parts of it were hard.
Yeah. So the next scene is Patty talking about the mother-daughter fashion show. And I can remember as a kid thinking, I wish that my mom and I did stuff like this. Dead serious.
Really?
Dead serious, because this brought back memories of me thinking about, I just wanted the option. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily that I would maybe do it, but just that my mom would want to do something like that. Like something that just her and I did together. We didn't do that kind of stuff.
I remember thinking then I'd be horrified. I'd be absolutely horrified. And also I remember thinking, like, this seems kind of old fashioned. Like, I don't, do people do this?
So old fashioned because you're just expected to know how to sew. Like all these women know how to sew. Like they not just sew, they know how to like create
make clothing.
Because you know, if I had to make something, poor Bryn and I'd be shit out of luck.
Sadie and I'd be wearing a sack with a belt.
We'd be wearing togas.
Horrified.
I can see, because you would get embarrassed about a lot of things like that.
Yes.
Very much so. You and Darcy.
I would have been absolutely horrified. Like, absolutely not. No way would I ever do that. But you know what? My mom would never do that either. Never.
Yeah. I mean, neither would mine.
Never.
I'm very different than my mom.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very different. I would give my mom anxiety because of how many friends I had.
Really?
She would say, "You're making me feel anxious. Can't you just have like one or two friends? Like, why do you need to go and hang out with all these people?" And I'm like, I didn't understand it. I'm like, so you don't want me to have friends? Like, but looking back at it, my mom really didn't have, she had like one really good friend.
Right.
And she had her twin sister. And my mom was very shy. Like,
yeah,
very shy.
So that's interesting, though, because I think that I part of me thinks that experience of having a lot of friends is kind of unique.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could, because I had a lot of friends. So that's my normal. Like, it's your normal.
Mm-hmm.
But I sometimes wonder, like, if our normal, we've been friends forever.
Right.
We have each other. We've had each other for years.
It's not normal.
But not a lot of people have that.
No.
So that's where, like, sometimes it's just really interesting to me to think, like, is our view skewed? But it's not that it's skewed. It's just different.
It's just different, I think.
Because of that experience. But I never really thought about that until just now.
Because my mom would be like, "You've got Brooke and Darcy.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to go and hang out with this person?" Because I had other aspects of my life that you guys weren't involved in.
Right.
And I made friends from those things, from sports, from clubs, from class.
Neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean just...
I had a lot of guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom didn't consider that. She
Right.
wasn't talking about the guys. She was, because she'd always be like, "So, are you gonna, when are you guys gonna go to the dance together?" I'm like, "It's not like that.
We're just friends."
Even though I really do truly, really, really love him.
Deep down, inside.
Deep down. I just don't know how to tell him.
That's so funny. Because it's true.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead and ask that person to the dance. When you know that I'm in love with you.
What?
It was that story that I told a long time ago about that person that I really, really like. I wouldn't say in love, because that wasn't really. I really liked him.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was like, that took me a minute.
He asked me, like, I truly thought he was going to ask me to the dance. Truly thought, you guys, that he was going to ask me to the dance. Like, I thought he was going to.
Like, this is it.
And he's like, "So, what do you think about so-and-so?" And I'm like, "They're okay." And he's like, "I think I'm going to ask her to the dance." I cried the whole, like,
that is awful.
Snot and tears while I'm riding my bike all the way home. Snot and tears. I was like, I just left, and things were never the same after that.
Yeah. I remember that.
Ugh. Yeah. I was heartbroken. How could he not know? Or maybe he did know, and that was his way of saying, in a nice way, I guess.
Or he didn't, like, know what to do with it.
Like, he just wasn't interested.
But instead of saying, like, being upfront about it.
And just saying, like,
because at 14 years old, what do you do?
That's true.
You don't know. You don't know how to live.
Well, it turned out, I guess, that he didn't really want to be friends either, so. It's so hard. Weird. It's so sad. Like, when I think about it, I think about how sad it was, because things were never the same.
Right.
And it was so long ago. But, like, it's just like my so-called life. Like, these things that, like, mean everything to you at that time, like, they leave a mark on you. They really, truly do. Like,
Yeah, they do.
I'll never forget that. And I mean, For sure. He may have not even known, and maybe he never knew. Maybe. Right. I doubt that's true. I was pretty obvious.
Or just never knew how to deal with that.
Maybe.
Like, just never knew how to deal with that at that age.
But then tell your friend to tell me.
But they might not even know how to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's a whole thing. Like, because I think back of things that I did or said or didn't do or should have done.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot to myself. And, like, I didn't know how to deal with shit when I was that age.
No, you're right.
Or how to deal with it appropriately.
But you know what's funny? I just think this whole time, Kevin was like right there. This whole time, he was right there. Why couldn't I just have met him in 8th grade?
But you know what? If you did, it may have had a different turnout.
True.
Think about it.
He's my soulmate, though. I don't think it would.
But it may have. The world works in mysterious ways.
But I always tell him that. I'm always like, I always think about, that's the weird thing. I always think about, like, what if I met him, like, my junior year of high school? Like, things would be so different. My life would be so different. Number one, I know we're getting off topic, but
that's fine.
Hey, number one, I would have never stayed here for school. He would have encouraged me to go away for school.
Uh-huh.
And he would have supported me going away to school. So I would have gone.
Yeah.
Because he, like, would have had the smarts to tell me, like, what I needed to do in order to make that happen and make my dreams come true.
Okay.
So then again, maybe that's what would happen. I'd go away to school.
And you never come back.
And then I don't come back.
Or you go away to school and on Christmas break, something happens.
Yep.
And now you got 3 babies.
Oh, jeepers.
I mean, but
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
whoa.
Like, you don't know. Like, the wildest thing could have happened.
That's true.
Like, you could have ended up getting pregnant before you were married, and then who knows?
That's so true.
Like, these are I think about this stuff a lot.
Do you? Okay, because I do too, and I thought maybe I was weird.
A lot. Like, I think about, like, okay, so I went to school in Florida. What if I stayed?
That would be so crazy.
What if I stayed? Like, what if I never went at all? Like, what if I just went to school here? What if I ended up going to school in Boston to the other colleges that I applied to? Like, what if I stayed there? Or who knows?
I would have come down one weekend. This is what would have happened. I would have come down one weekend, and then we would have gone to Joey McIntyre's house. And then who knows what would have happened? Because I hadn't met Kevin yet.
Happily ever after.
You just never know. Joey McIntyre would have been like, there's a million girls out here, but I see you.
But you never know what could have been. And I don't like to think about that, because then you don't know if, like, bad things could have happened too.
The flowers you gave me.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Just about to die.
When I think about what could have been, makes me want to cry.
Okay, so
I love that song so much.
Song so much too.
It, like, gives me goosebumps.
It reminds me of childhood.
Yeah, me too.
So, but then when I think about things like that, and I go off in my brain about what could have been, or would have been, or should have been, or whatever, or never have been, I always, like, come back to Sadie.
Yeah.
And, like, that centers me back to, like,
everything happens for a reason.
Yes, if anything different had happened, I wouldn't have my girl as I know her. And she is my world.
Well, there you go.
I'm very happy that everything went the way that it did in my life.
I'm very happy. I'm extremely.
But it's crazy to think about what could have been.
I'm extremely happy. Like, honestly, knock on wood, things couldn't be better. Like, honestly, I got best case scenario, and thank you, God, for that.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. I did not end up.
Praise.
For real. Like, that I didn't end up.
Right.
Where, yeah. We'll just leave it at that.
Exactly. So, anyway.
So, back to my so-called life. Go now. Go. So then, after the mother-daughter fashion show conversation, Graham and Patty are getting ready for bed. And this is where she starts talking about how she's feeling old. Like, she feels like she looks old, and she's talking to him about, like, don't you see the lines on my face? And he's just like, whatever,
typical
guy, not really listening to her.
Exactly.
But like half listening. And
yeah, I don't mind them. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't mind them.
Even though I was cheating on you just a few weeks ago.
Just a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. So then the next scene, Angela and Sharon are in the bathroom. This was kind of because I told you sometimes I sided with Sharon.
Uh-huh.
I did not in this instance.
No.
Because Angela was trying to be nice and trying to have a conversation with her and trying to kind of, I feel like, really trying to rekindle the friendship a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharon was like, just so mean. And her saying, why don't you go squeeze your zit?
That's mean.
And Angela? Wow. What'd she come back? Wowza.
What?
Remember when she was like, oh,
yes.
Congratulations on making the list. She was
Yes.
awesome. I was like, I wish I could be like you, Angela.
She was
like,
awesome.
I could remember that thought
mm-hmm.
as a teenager. Like, I wish, because people would say shit like that, like just mean stuff to me.
Yeah. Because people are mean. Kids are mean.
And I always wanted like a really good comeback to put them in their place. And that was perfection.
That was perfection. Because for me, if I were Angela, I probably would have just cried.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I would have
too.
turned my head and I would have cried.
Me too. I would have gone home early.
Yeah. But no, that was amazing. The way
she was good.
Said it.
And the way she was like, ha ha. Like, it was just so good. It was so dark.
It really was.
It was deep black soul.
It really was.
It was good.
Sharon, in that moment, was a bitch.
Right. She was.
And I get it because she had that weighing on her.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. But at the same time, like, it's not okay to take that out on somebody else.
No.
Who's just trying to have a conversation.
Right. But Sharon didn't know.
I think she did know at that
do you
point.
think?
I think she knew at that point.
Because Angela was like, oh, you didn't know?
Because I think that she had the conversation with Brian before that, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
So I think she did know, but this was just like rubbing salt into the wound.
Gotcha. Okay. You're right. You're right. She didn't really know what Brian was talking about, but I'm guessing she put two and two together.
Yeah, I think so.
Figured it out.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
And that Angela just saying that stung.
Uh-huh. So at that time, then they switched scenes to Patty and Sharon's mom. What's Sharon's mom's name? I can't remember.
Camille?
Oh, that sounds right.
Is it Camille?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
So this was a weird scene for me. Because, like, Camille's, like, in their bed.
Okay,
acting like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I would have done in your room when we were teenagers. But, like, I wouldn't go in your bed now and, like, lay in it.
I wouldn't go on your bed now and lay in it.
I mean,
like,
you're more than welcome to, but...
Right, but...
And I feel like you'd feel the same about me, but, like, we just... You're not going to get up and under my covers and, like...
No.
Like, she was, like...
In the pillows and everything.
Yeah, it was weird.
No.
They were acting like teenagers.
They were acting like teenagers.
And I feel like, in this scenario, like, their roles were reversed.
Like, what do you mean?
So...
Like, whose roles were reversed?
So, I feel like Patty and Camille, like, reversed.
Yes. Agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So, like, that metamorphosis had taken place, and she was now realizing that, like, she peaked in high school. Whereas Camille was, like, coming...
In her own mind.
Coming of age. Like, coming...
Right. Into herself.
She was. And she was... that was the biggest thing, was hearing a woman say... Like, that she loved herself. Like, she was happy with the way she was right now.
Like, as I am.
And I could relate to that. Like, I mean, I'm not where I want to be weight-wise, you know, but a lot of aspects of my life, I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy what I'm doing, where I am, etc. But I could say, like, in high school, like, looking back, I mean, I was very awkward and, you know, I definitely changed a lot from high school. Especially like my senior year, I looked like a different person. I looked like a different person my senior year than I did the whole,
like all of high school.
All of high school. I think it was because I got confident, a little confident.
Maybe. I guess I didn't know. I don't notice.
I look at pictures and I'm like, wow, I look so much different.
I mean, do you think part of it is just growing up?
No, I think I just
gained... Or is it something from like something that you can't, not necessarily physical.
I think that,
but like something that comes from the inside out.
I think it was because I had a boyfriend, and that gave me, not incentive, that's not the word, but it gave me like the feeling like that, at least validation that like at least someone finds me somewhat attractive to be my boyfriend. So, because I always thought of myself like Angela did. Like, I'm so ugly. I'm so this. I'm so that. I'm not perfect. Like, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. And like, I think I finally, like at that point in high school, just for a short period of time, because it was a very short period of time, because after that, all hell broke loose. And I started feeling worse than I did even in high school.
Right.
But I started feeling like, wow, you know, like my hair's not that bad. My skin's clearing up. Like, ooh, if I put makeup on, oh, I feel pretty, you know, things like that.
Like confidence boosters.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, they were in talking in their bed and whatever. And then Patty seemed disappointed that Angela wasn't on the list when
she was
disappointed.
Brought it.
Like,
I thought she seemed disappointed. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Because Patty would have been on the list.
Right.
But, and I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I would not be disappointed.
No, me either.
You know, at all. I would not be disappointed if my
I
child
would be
was
like,
on the
thank
list.
God you're not on the list.
Right.
I mean, even if it was like hot, you know what I mean? Like, who cares?
Exactly. But, again, from Angela's perspective, or the thought that maybe she was jealous she wasn't on the list, maybe Patty feeling that she wanted that validation for Angela.
I don't think she wanted it for Angela.
I don't think she wanted it for Angela. I think she wanted it for herself.
She's very selfish here. Like, very selfish. Through this whole episode, she's very selfish.
Incredibly.
Nothing she's doing is for Angela. And that was also
uncomfortable.
It just bothered me.
Yeah. Like, that was... Okay, and we'll get to the scene. But there's a scene, and it was very uncomfortable, because like, I was mad at her, at Patty.
It's like, grow the hell up.
Grow up. You're a grown woman.
Right.
You are a grown-ass woman. Act like one. Like,
exactly.
Act like a mother.
Oh, it was awful.
But,
like, this is a stupid effing fashion show.
Truly.
You know what I mean? When it all boils down to it, it's a fashion show.
Exactly.
Like, for real. And the only reason why you want your daughter to do it is because you
want to do it.
And I almost felt like because she knew she was prettier than Angela. That's awful that I'm saying that, but maybe she thought she was.
See, I don't
And she would shine.
I don't think she thought that.
Okay.
But I think that she thought like she wanted to do it because she's beautiful.
And everybody would tell her how beautiful she is.
Exactly. Because she wants that. She needs that validation now in her older age.
Right.
So, where it was easy for her when she was younger.
Right.
But
paper shuffling.
But yes, I really liked hearing Camille say, like, I'm happy in my skin. Like, I'm happy as I am.
It was nice.
Like, I feel good.
As they're looking at that magazine.
Right.
And they're complimenting her. The woman in the magazine.
Yes.
They were complimenting her like, oh, I wish I could be like this. I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be like this. And then the next scene, are the girls in the locker room, and they're doing the exact opposite.
They're tearing her down.
Even her knees. Her knees are pointy.
Her knees are pointy.
Like, what?
What are they pointing at? I didn't get it.
I don't feel like I don't remember. I don't think I was like that.
I wasn't like that.
But I know that there were girls that were.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's, but I don't remember looking at pictures of people or just people in general and being like, saying things like that.
Right.
Her knees are pointy.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure.
I mean, we didn't have close friends that did it, but we had people that we knew that would do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was just like uncomfortable. Like, why are you putting her down? Obviously,
Right.
because you don't feel comfortable in your skin.
You're jealous.
And you're jealous.
Something. Yeah.
It's a jealousy thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was for these girls. It was a jealousy thing. Like this beautiful girl from this magazine.
Yeah.
They were just envious.
That was interesting, though, how it was like went from one to the other.
And she's like stepping on the magazine. Like as it's coming into the scene. So it's like,
yeah,
almost like it's ready to trash the magazine. Where we just saw a completely opposite end of things in the discussion between
the adult women.
Do you need to take that?
Nope.
Okay. Did you notice the uniforms in gym class? Like, what?
Who? Okay. Raise of hands.
Who
wore uniforms in gym class?
Yeah. Even like t-shirts that said like
your school or
your
whatever.
school and like, or your name, and you'd fill it in like a line and you'd fill it in.
We did not.
No.
You would just.
I wish we did.
I mean, it would have made things easy, but I mean, it was pretty easy anyway.
So what was weird? So like to think about is we had like practice attire. Like, we had to wear shirts and shorts.
Yes.
That were very specific.
I remember.
For each practice. And a penny, like that you would reverse, like depending on. But like all of us wore, which there's a lot of, I don't think a lot of places do that.
Really?
No.
I thought that was normal.
No.
I thought that was normal.
No.
Interesting.
I don't think it is because, I mean, we didn't have it in middle school.
No, but in high school, I remember you did.
But in high school, we did. And I don't think that I don't know anybody else that did it. Because I can remember seeing other, like, people practicing or whatever. And they were just wearing, like, t-shirts and
shorts.
Right.
Huh.
And we even had it, like, freshman year. Like, I believe that we had practice attire from what I can remember.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I thought that was the norm.
I thought so
too.
I thought so too. But like,
wow.
It's not like Bryn doesn't, and like in high school, they don't have practice
like
attire. But then I was like, well, maybe it's because it's a private school or whatever.
Mm.
So I'm interested. If you played sports, did you have like practice uniforms? Like practice attire? Like, it doesn't necessarily, not in uniform, but like just a t-shirt and shorts that were plain that you had to wear. I know they do in college.
Yep.
Like, I know they do that in college.
In high school, like on the high school level, that's interesting.
Because a lot of them do it because they need to see uniformity. Is that the right word? In a practice. So if somebody's wearing a red shirt, your eye is going to go to that person wearing a red shirt. They're not going to see the rest of the things that are going on that
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I know cheering, they do that a lot. They have you wear like, because then you don't see who's messing up because your eyes go right to if somebody's
like
wearing
said,
yellow
or
right. Yeah.
Or the black shirt or
right.
whatever. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a normal thing in high school or if it depends on the school.
Yeah. And I wonder like for practice for gym class, if it was like that because like it's a class and now you don't have an excuse that you don't have gym clothes or whatever. You have this you have this uniform that you wear that you're given.
Right.
So that's your grade. Like you're responsible for that uniform.
Huh. That's not a bad idea.
It's really not.
But
let's just hope that it fits everybody. You know what I mean? Like then you have to worry about it fitting appropriately on certain people because
right. I mean, you got to have an extra small up to a 3, 4, 5X. You don't know.
You just don't know. And like, I know Bryn is very tall.
Yeah.
She is my height.
Yeah.
And she's not, you know what I mean? She's like a large, woman's large, medium large. And like playing on a middle school team, they didn't make stuff her size. She'd be mortified if she heard me talking about this probably. I doubt it. You know what I mean? But like, because she's a woman's size.
Right. She's not a big girl.
So if
she's just tall.
But here's the thing. If you're going to make things, make them sized appropriately. Like don't have all the uniforms do you know what I'm saying?
I know
like
exactly what
you
you're
need
saying.
to have she's not a big girl. She's not big by any means.
No.
She's perfectly sized, perfectly proportioned. But like, you're going to give somebody a complex.
Oh, yeah. Someone who shouldn't have a complex.
Exactly. Like, I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're beautiful. You are perfect. You're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And you eat right.
Yeah.
And you do everything right. That girl drinks so much water. I don't even know. I wish I could drink as much water as she does.
And that's really good.
And she does it because she's like, because she read things about like her skin and stuff like that.
She knows it's good for her body and her, her skin, like you said, and it's healthy.
But like, don't give somebody a complex. That's all I have to say.
No, and you have to be really careful because they can.
Yeah, but people don't care. That's the thing. The thing that I noticed is if their kids are that size, they don't care about anybody else's.
Right, yeah.
They don't care about anyone else's.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So
I can believe that.
Whereas I would always be looking out for other people's, like wondering what the best solution would be to make sure everybody.
Well, right, because every kid, they're kids.
Right. Exactly. I mean, even if Bryn was in that, I would still be thinking, it would still be in my head, because it still was in my head when Bryn did fit into the smaller sizes.
Right.
And there were,
some
that were like women's size. They weren't big by any means, but I'm like, where are,
Right. They're not overweight. They're not fat kids.
No, they're not.
They're just tall.
Right. Exactly.
They've grown more than the other kids.
Yeah.
And the other kids will catch up.
Right. Exactly.
But I totally get it. But you have to be careful because that will give a kid a complex.
100%. But I guess it's not what people care about. So whatever. So moving right along, like Ricky and Brian seem to like be developing a friendship.
They really did.
Yeah. And
that was interesting.
Brian's like talking about the metamorphosis. Like, when did these people start pairing off? Like, when did I miss this? Brian, you miss a lot.
Brian, you are dumb. I mean, that's just part of life. That's just how it goes, man.
Right.
Get with it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think your parents did?
Exactly.
I don't know.
And Ricky's Brian. Like, I guess I missed that one too. He was funny.
Poor Ricky. I like Ricky.
I do too. I wish I had a Ricky.
He's a good boy.
He is.
He is.
So the next scene is Sharon talking to her talking to Kyle about the poll. And the fact that his friends were the ones that did the poll.
Yeah.
She was like, I would be mad too, because that's your girlfriend.
Right.
But what's he going to do? In reality, what's he going to do?
I remember at the time, like as a kid, watching this thinking like, why are you mad at him?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I would have felt that way.
I was like, I don't understand. Like, if you trust him and if you trust what he's saying, then he didn't really, like, he didn't, like, condone it.
And it, like, seemed like he was like, I don't know why you're mad. Like...
Right. But
like
I didn't understand either.
All he cared about was, who's asking you out on dates?
Exactly. And like,
which would be the exact, like, that would be what that boy that age would do.
Exactly.
He wouldn't even be hearing. All he heard was that one thing and he couldn't get his head off it.
Right.
And like, I want to know who's asking you.
Because they should be, because you're my girl.
Right. My girl.
So, and again, I don't know if I wasn't like mad or like upset with him about it, because I thought this is ridiculous, because I thought he was hot.
Yeah.
When I was 15 years old.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Well, it's just like Jordan Catalano, looking at him with glassy eyes. Like he was kind of a DB.
Yeah, he was. But he was like, oh,
Jordan Catalano.
Jordan Catalano. You can do no wrong, Jordan Catalano.
Exactly.
But again, I remember, I mean, now I see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just couldn't. I was like, well, just trust him. We just trust him. Because that's what I'd want. I'd want it to be true.
That's
like,
true.
I'd want it to be like I didn't have anything to do with that. And those guys are dumb.
Yeah.
Trust that.
Right.
But I
guess looking at it like from the perspective of an adult, I'm like, that kid's no good. No good.
From an adult perspective, yes, it's totally different.
So it's hard. I still think like as a kid though, I still was like suspect. At least a little suspect. Like,
yeah,
why wouldn't you stand up for your girlfriend? But like looking at it now, I'd be like, well, what exactly was he supposed to do? Like, what's he gonna do? He's not gonna tell his friends. Like,
exactly.
All these guys to like, hey, you stop bringing her on the list. Because, like, then his friends are going to get all over him. And
also, looking at it now as an adult, part of him was probably like, hey, that's my girl.
That's my girlfriend right there.
So
my number one squeeze.
Right. Because he didn't understand what the big deal was.
Right.
Truly.
He
didn't understand what the big deal was.
Truly.
But he also he's not a girl.
Right. Exactly. Whoa. Whoopsies. Here we go.
It's not like the girls have a list going around about you-know-whats.
Exactly.
And their sizes.
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
I'd be so embarrassed. I wouldn't want to know. Like, in high school?
Yes.
Good God. Oh my gosh.
I mean, no.
There wasn't even talk about that.
No.
There was no talk about it. There was no talk about who's seen what and where and how. There was no talk about it.
No.
Was that with you guys too? Because like there would be like somebody would say, "Oh, like that person had sex or whatever."
Right.
But that was it.
Like nobody talked about in detail.
Never.
About anything like beyond just that.
Never.
Like nobody knew.
Never. Not even close friends.
Sizes.
Never.
Lord
help me.
No mention was made of any of it.
No, sirree, Bob. I'm sure it was different with some people, but
it wasn't.
That's how it was for us.
We did not talk about any of it.
No.
Oh my God, it's so funny to think about. We never talked about any of it.
Yeah.
But I just think that's so funny. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Okay. So then we'll speed this up. We'll speed this up a little bit.
Okay. But a lot of tangents.
Yeah. But there's good tangents,
yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this scene was when they're at the makeup counter and the guy's like, this is where it pissed me off.
This pissed me off big time. Big time.
Yeah.
Why do you think that anybody in a room that says, "Oh, beautiful girl," that they're automatically talking about you, Patty?
Especially if they said beautiful girl. You're a woman.
You are a grown woman. You are of the age of 40-ish.
Immediately, if I was with my daughter and they said beautiful girl, I would automatically think they were talking about my daughter.
Absolutely.
I mean, it just, I guess I'm just not like Patty.
No, I mean, that is ridiculous.
And I'm sure there are, and I don't want to like knock on those people because it may have been different. You know what I mean?
No, your experience is your experience.
Right.
That's yours. But it made me very uncomfortable.
But I loved that the guy was like, I can give you something to smooth those lines.
And then she bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have bought it too, probably.
I wouldn't have, because the guy was kind of being a jerk face.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would have bought it from him.
Right.
But, like, you know, at the end of the day, we all are going to need an eye cream at some point.
Uh-huh.
But
I need a good eye cream, by the way.
You need a good eye cream?
Yes.
I need one too.
So if you guys have recommendations, we're like all the talk about makeup and like self-care this month. So tell us like what you guys use for eye cream.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I've tried some different ones, but there was one I actually really liked and I ran out and I don't remember what it was. My mom actually got it for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because she uses it or tried it. And I used to keep it in the fridge.
Will it help with this?
No.
Oh.
You know what helps with that?
What?
Blepharoplasty.
Oh. Well.
Which I will do. I have no qualms doing that whatsoever.
I just noticed today, like, how droopy mine
are bad.
My eyelids are.
Mine are really bad, but one day.
They haven't been like that until just recently.
Really?
Mine, no. I don't think so, unless I just didn't notice.
You didn't notice because you weren't putting makeup on every day.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
That's
you notice it when you put makeup on. When you're like looking.
Yes.
But anyway.
Okay.
That whole scene was uncomfortable.
Right.
And Patty made me mad. And again, it was like more with the Patty is pushing like a makeover onto Angela.
Right.
But also Angela was taking offense at things because she was, when I don't think she should have. I don't think that Patty was saying that you need to get a makeover.
No, she was just like, how fun would it be
how
to
nice.
have? Right.
Like, exactly. And Angela took offense to it.
Right.
And I remember, again, circling back to when I was younger, thinking like, that's not what your mom really means.
Right.
But
she was ready to be offended. She was walking on eggshells.
Yes,
exactly right.
Eggshells. She was ready to be offended. Is that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was ready to be offended.
Mm-hmm.
So, then Angela's sister really just wants to do this. Like, why can't Patty see this? And what's Angela's sister's name? Danielle.
The whole time. Like I felt for her.
She just wanted to be she wanted to do it. Let her do it.
Right.
You know? Angela doesn't want to do it.
Right.
So here's where I'm like, Angela needs to stop touching her zit. She needs to stop touching it, stop playing with it, stop poking at it.
Leave it alone.
Just don't touch it. But at that age, that's what you're going to do.
Yep.
You're going to poke at it. You're going to scratch at it. You're going to do whatever. And like, just like I was thinking, just pop it. But it was like a metamorphosis type. It was like, it had hidden meaning behind it. The zit had hidden meaning.
Sure did.
And I was like, I didn't want to say this, but the zit had a double meaning.
It did.
Because like popping that zit meant the end of something.
Right. A release.
So at this scene, like it's showing Sharon, and it's showing Rayanne with like a bunch of guys surrounding her, and it's showing Jordan talking to the hottest girl.
Yep.
And she's just like, what,
right.
You know,
what do you want?
Exactly. And then Sharon is in the band room. This, you know what I'm going to say.
Maybe.
Brian Krakow.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, no, Brian Krakow.
You need to stop it.
Stop it all.
Put it in your pants.
Seriously, stop all of it now.
Everything to Brian Krakow is sexual.
Mm-hmm.
All the guy was doing which was very smart, by the way.
Yes.
Taking her shoe so she couldn't walk away so he could talk to her.
Right.
And I remember as a teenager thinking, he's saying all the right things.
Yep.
Just forgive him. But like listening to him, I'm like, listening to him, I'm like, he's not really saying anything. He's not really saying, but he was in his teenage self. He was.
Yes.
Because he's like, this is embarrassing. What's embarrassing about it, dude?
Exactly. But to him, being a 15, teen, 16 years old or whatever it was.
Exactly.
That's, of course that is, because he's having to actually talk about his feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was actually very cute.
It was. But then Brian saying he was making her beg for her shoe.
Brian, like, stop it.
Stop it right now. Cut the crap right now.
Stop it, Brian.
Oh my gosh.
And then he's like, no, just don't, Brian.
No.
Stay out of there. Just why?
Oh gosh.
Why and why? Why, Brian?
So then Angela says the zit had become the truth about me, which we already talked about this.
Right.
It like became like a double meaning. And then the model was like in the bathroom.
Was like there, like talking to her.
Right. And she was like picking herself apart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kinda. Because she was kinda doing it, but not really. Like she was like, I have these bags under my eyes because I'm always having to spend time with my boyfriend. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
and it was like, okay. But she's pointing out she has bags under her eyes. And like,
exactly.
But it was probably coming from a teenage perspective.
Right.
The things that were coming out of her mouth.
Right.
And I just thought that was funny.
That was funny. It was a little weird too.
It was.
But I get it. Like I get what the point was.
Oh, okay. So the next scene is the fashion show. They're talking about the fashion show again. And, and she makes that, I don't have it in my notes and I might get this wrong, but she makes that thing. She was like, Patty Duke, get it? Patty Duke.
Patty Duke.
And so her mom gets pissed.
Yup.
And Angela finally brings it up that maybe this isn't for her. Like, this isn't a, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's more about her mom. And she was like, of course this is for you. And Angela gets all upset and she was like, it's like you have to fix me. It's like I'm not pretty enough for you, or
right.
And then I feel sad.
I felt
paper shuffling.
I remember feeling bad. I don't know. Like, I remember feeling sad that Angela felt that way.
Yeah.
I never thought that her mom actually thought that.
No, me either. No.
I just thought, like, and I also remember thinking, like, Angela's beautiful.
Me too. I'm like,
it's really hard.
You're the model.
Yeah. Well, it's really, and that's, I think, just part of it. Like, it's really hard to truly believe that when the actress is so pretty.
Right.
But also,
that was a really realistic looking set, though, I do have to say.
It was a nice job.
Yeah.
Nice job, makeup department.
Right.
From 1995.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 94 when you probably filmed it.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that I felt really bad.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of a sad type of scene.
So then we move to Patty and Graham talking. And this time he's actually listening.
Yes.
He's listening to this and she's saying, and he really nails it. Like, he gets it. Like, she's like, blah, 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 Angela. Blah,
yes,
blah, blah, blah.
he did. That's right.
And
This was, yes.
She's really looking like she needs this for validation.
Mm-hmm.
And, she hits the nail on the head when she's like, men get more attractive and more desirable the older they get.
Yep.
And isn't that the truth?
That is the truth.
I look at Kevin and I'm like, he's a nice looking older man.
Older man.
Well, he's not older than me. I'm older than him.
No, but
he's like, I mean, I was attracted to him in the beginning, but it's like, as he gets older, he's more and more attractive to me.
Right.
So,
no, and I think that's men. That's how.
Whereas
that goes.
I get less and less attractive.
Yeah,
why is that the fact? Why is that?
That's how I feel.
I wonder why it is that way.
I don't know. And also, is it really that way?
Yeah.
I mean, do men think that? I don't know that they do.
I mean, Kevin says he doesn't, but who knows? I think
that's
so.
Just it. Who knows? Because I think that we beat ourselves up.
Yeah.
And some women, I think, get more attractive.
That is true. There are some
plant-based diet.
What'd you say?
Plant-based diet.
That is right. Maybe I need to switch to that.
So, oh god, that would be hell.
Oh my word. This keto is killing me.
But I just feel like
I'd like to say real quick, I've been 1 full week with no cheating. Thank you.
That's really good.
Whole week.
I'm proud of you.
I mean, I've been doing this for like 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like my first full week without even going over my calories or going over anything. Like, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. By the book.
That's very good.
It's been hell.
I'm just trying to like not drink as much caffeine and sodas.
That's good too.
Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
And baby steps.
Hey, that's what you got to do.
I have to do baby steps.
Got to do baby steps.
So anyway, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, no. But I think overall, for the most part, men get more attractive as they get older.
Yep.
And women are not so lucky.
Metamorphosis. So then, speaking of metamorphosis.
Oh, yes.
Brian, Ricky, and Jordan are talking about the book. Because Jordan didn't read it.
Of course he didn't.
No.
Jordan can't read.
That's
Is that
right.
a spoiler?
Spoiler alert!
Might be a spoiler.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that he couldn't read.
I don't remember. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. We might need to take that part out.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, spoiler alert. Maybe Jordan can't read.
Right.
So no wonder he couldn't read it.
No kidding. And this is foreshadowing.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So, sorry, spoiler alert, Jordan can't read.
I guess we don't have to worry about spoilers.
No.
The show was from
I was going to say. But they're talking about the book, and Brian says, Sharon says, no matter how much you change, you're still the same inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like getting more comfortable in her boobs.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Because what is she going to do? Lop them off?
Exactly. Because she was wearing a sweatshirt in gym class. Like, oh.
Right. Aren't you going to be hot? No.
I would be in gym class. I'd be a hot, sweaty mess.
I was sweating just looking at her.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like 60 degrees outside.
I know. It's supposed to snow.
I don't.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wearing sandals tomorrow in protest.
Okay. I will wear sandals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So then Angela and Sharon find themselves in the bathroom again.
And here we meet again.
And they talk about the fashion show. And one of them says, why do girls have to tear each other down? And, that's what...
Isn't that what Angela said?
Maybe Angela said it, and then she said, well, I did it because I was jealous. Angela said I did.
Sharon said it. Yeah.
I did it because I was jealous.
Yeah.
And which is the truth.
Yeah,
this is why...
Truth. This conversation needed to happen between the two of them.
This conversation needs to happen with adult women as well.
Yes, it does.
You are a grown-ass woman.
Mm-hmm.
Stop tearing people down to make yourself feel better.
Yep. Because that does no good for anybody.
No.
It can't.
No.
And that can't, in the long run, that cannot make you feel better.
No.
You need to feel better from your insides.
Exactly.
You need to figure out what you need to do to make yourself feel better without tearing somebody else down.
Right, exactly.
Because that's not cool.
Right.
That's actually really fucking shitty.
It really is.
So.
It really is.
Just put it out there.
Right. So, what they said, was this thing from Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Said,
yeah.
What you have is God's gift to you, and what you do with your gift. What you have is God's gift to you, and what you do with your gift is your gift to God.
I don't remember talking about that in Girl Scouts.
Me either. That is what I do not remember talking about that in Girl Scouts.
No.
I don't remember talking about God in Girl Scouts. Maybe a little bit. Oh, maybe a little bit. One nation, under God, indivisible. Shit.
On my honor, I will try to serve God in my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. That's the only mention of God that I remember.
One nation, under God.
You're like that old woman from Christmas Vacation. Play ball. But, yeah, so I felt like that was a little bit of an awkward... It might have just been the acting was a little awkward.
Oh, between
that part.
Oh, between Angela and yeah, that was a little. But what got me? Now I got mad at Angela because when Rayanne came into the bathroom, how dare you, Angela?
Exactly.
How dare you?
At least finish up the conversation with your friend.
And then Rayanne going, "Well, you can be friends with her again. You damn straight, I can be friends with whoever I want."
But Angela's like, "I don't want to be." Fuck you, Angela.
Exactly. Yes.
It's not cool.
I know.
And also, like, who cares if you want to be or don't want to be or whatever? Like, why does there have to be a big proclamation about it?
I know.
I mean, I get it. It's TV show.
But it really bothered me. It really bothered me.
That bothered me too.
And it bothered me when I was younger too. Because I was like, okay, you and her, two wrongs don't make a right. But then all of a sudden you guys are getting along.
Yep.
And then you have to go and ruin it.
Right. Like, that sucked.
So...
Because there was an opportunity there for them to, maybe they're not going to be best friends.
Right.
But to at least be kind.
Civil. So moving right along, Danielle's doing that cheer again. And it's very sexist.
It is sexist.
Danielle. Sexy legs and stuff and
right.
Whatever. And Angela apologizes to her mom. And then... Patty says, I was so pretty that I just wish I could have enjoyed it. Well, good for you, Patty.
Woe is you.
Exactly. And, but yeah, you should enjoy, but really, in reality, it's kind of us looking back. It's like when we complain about us, gaining weight and whatever. I wish I was as thin as the first time I thought I was fat.
Yeah.
Like, because I wasn't fat at all.
Me either.
And yeah.
Like, I remember in high school thinking I was so fat.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Mm-mm.
Not even a little bit. And I thought I was a heifer. Like, I thought, honestly, that I was like... I mean, at that time, morbidly obese was not a term.
Right.
But that's how I felt about myself. Like, I was so big. And that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Like, that's really sad.
It is sad.
But you know why? Because I was told that.
By who?
Just mean kids. Assholes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What the hell's wrong with them?
I don't know. Just a way to be rude and to make their friends laugh.
They said that you were fat?
Yeah.
You were never fat.
You know, when I was like 11, 12, awkward. You know, like that awkward.
But you were never
awkward.
But you were never fat.
But I was chubby.
No.
My mom used to get the JCPenney
Pretty Plus. Is that what you were going to say? Because I was in Pretty Plus as well. So I feel you, Flo.
Like, I think actually JCPenney might have been Husky Kids.
Okay.
But that's what she used to get for her catalog.
I think it was Sears was Pretty Plus.
Probably. But, and I remember being horrified.
You know that shirt that I was wearing with like my hair's like I'm tipped and my hair's like out like triangle?
Yes.
And I'm like this? That's Pretty Plus. Right there, that whole outfit was Pretty Plus.
But, because I was in like an awkward type of phase.
Yeah.
But like come 7th grade, I grew a few inches. I lost a few pounds.
You were never fat. Like, I look at you and honest to God, never ever. If you were fat, then I don't know. Because I was way bigger than you were.
No, but that's what I, like, again, how things leave an impression on you.
Yeah, true.
And that was impressed upon me when I was a kid by other kids who were just stupid.
Right. Ignorant.
I mean,
little shits.
Stupid. And now, like, that followed me all through, like, high school. That followed me.
So if you guys have kids, and I do the same thing, you got to teach them how to be good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be kind.
If that is the, like, biggest thing, and if they see their mom's an asshole, they're probably going to be an asshole too.
Yep.
Just putting it out there.
Yep.
Sorry, but
like
sorry, not sorry.
Right.
Because
it's important.
I see it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's just important to
teach your kids
because
to
that
not
impresses upon you.
Right. Teach your kids to treat other people the way they want to be treated, and to also, like, not use words like you're fat or you're stupid or
right.
I mean,
also, like, here's the thing. Like,
it's going to stop somewhere.
Let's break it down. Let's break this shit down. Being called fat at the age of 10 or 11, when you're not really fat, you're just a kid who's, like, growing, awkward, and, like, you have weird teeth, and you are wearing glasses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kids go through an awkward phase. All kids do. I don't care who you are.
Oh, yes.
And so you're called fat, and that sticks with you through middle school. When you lose some weight because you're growing and you're kind of growing into yourself, and then high school, where you shouldn't have to think about that stuff when you're a size 8. And, you know, you have friends and whatever, but you're still thinking about that. And then you become an adult. And you're still, like, you have this skewed vision of yourself because based on what kids said years ago. And then you have, like, right out of the gate, like, an unhealthy, like, relationship with food and eating and diet because you've thought you've been fat this whole time. And then you actually do gain some weight because, again, life, circumstances, freshman 15, whatever you want to call it. And, like, that just really sets off your whole life. And, like, those are things I think about too. When we talk about what could have been, what should have been, or whatever, I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe the freshman 15 would have been the 15 for me and not 80. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are health things that play along with that as well. But I just, like you said, teach your kids to be kind.
Just to be nice people.
And you set an example.
Yeah.
Set that example for them.
I will tell you right now, like, when I'm being an asshole, I tell my kids, Mommy's being an asshole right now. Don't do this.
Don't do what I do.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
And I want them to call me out on it. If they see that I'm doing something that's not nice, I want them to tell me you're not being nice. Because there's no reason for, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. No, sometimes it just happens.
It does,
and you're not a nice
human.
person.
We're human.
Because maybe somebody like pissed in your Cheerios.
Right.
Like,
but at the end of the day, like, you have to, I don't know, like, it's your integrity. Like,
right. I would never, ever in a million years be so mad at somebody, but I'd be like, that friggin' fat woman or that friggin' fat guy. I never in a million years. Or would I say that ugly person or that ugly guy?
No,
like, I
that
wouldn't
skinny bitch.
No, I would never say that. I would never
somebody.
say that ever.
I would never take something that, like a physical trait.
No.
That's just part of who they are.
Right.
And use it against them.
Never.
Because it's not something to be used against. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
I may do like a certain look that they give you. I might replay that.
Like, what do you mean?
That's another story for another day.
A certain look.
Yeah, somebody might give you, and then you're like
a stink face?
Yeah, and then you're like,
well, that's different.
Then you like do it back.
That's different. That's like somebody giving you the middle finger. You just give it right back to them.
Oh, like Brendan Brody were going down Mount Hope Avenue going like that today.
Why?
With their
ring finger.
With their ring finger.
Why?
And I was like, you know, your principal drives by here all the time.
What were they doing that for? Just because it was not the middle finger?
Dumb. Just to be kids, I guess.
Anyway, that was a huge tangent.
Okay, so back on track. Angela apologizes to her mom. We talked about that. Then Angela's ready to pop her zit finally. And then we flash. Yes. So it has transformed.
Metamorphosis.
And then we see Patty and Danielle are in the fashion show.
Yep. And Danielle was loving life.
And Angela is very emotional.
She was emotional.
She's very emotional, like on the verge of tears. You can tell like she's on the verge of tears because and they're playing Age of Innocence, of course, in the background.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to just mention one thing. I really like that song was actually played on the show because a lot of times the songs are not played.
Right.
So anyway, I'm just going to say that.
And that song like hits you. If I never listened to the lyrics. I never like.
So you haven't?
No.
So I think I had it was what was it? The cool. You know the compilation album.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I had that. And it was on there.
Yeah.
So I remember listening to it like at night.
Just believe in destiny. No one can. Just swallow your own something. Maybe not. Maybe that's not how it goes.
So no, it's something like that. It's Pure Moods.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway. But yes, that was very song well chosen.
Yes. Very well chosen. And
I really liked Sharon and her mom's outfit.
Yeah, that was
at
cute.
The time, I remember thinking like, "Hey, that's actually really cute."
Yeah,
like good job, Camille.
Nice job. Nice.
I hope her name is Camille. I think that's her name.
Well, it's Camille today.
Yeah,
and then like I really connected with Angela when she was getting emotional.
Yeah,
because I had a real hard time growing up when I was younger. Like, I had a real hard time with milestones. I did. And I would cry. Like, I cried when I turned 13.
Really?
Yes. I didn't want to turn 13. Because then I was a teenager. And I had a real hard time with it. Wow. And if you have small kids, cover their ears right now or fast forward for a little bit. But when I found out, like, Santa.
Yep.
About Santa.
Yeah.
I cried.
Really?
Not because of like that there wasn't, you know what I mean? Not because of the circumstances, but because I was now old enough
to
know.
Interesting. I did not cry. I celebrated each one. I couldn't wait to grow up.
I don't know why I couldn't.
I could not wait to grow up. And now I look back and think, why did I wish the years away? They were going anyway, you know, but I couldn't wait for the next milestone. I couldn't wait.
Like, time is going by fast, but it's not going by as fast as people make it out to be.
For me, it's going by faster than that.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I could cry right now thinking about how fast time is going. Like, how my life will be over in a blink. Like, I think about that and it freaks me out. It freaks me out. Like, 10 years ago, went by like that.
Yeah.
When I got engaged.
Wow.
I remember, it was almost, it's been like 10 years and 1 week since my engagement.
Wow.
And I could remember 10 years and 1 week ago, like the day after the engagement, sitting at the beach. Well, not really the beach. It was Typhoon Lagoon, but sitting in a beach chair at that water park, sideways in the chair, looking at my rings and thinking, like, I can't believe that happened. Or my ring, I guess. I can't believe that happened. Like, and then Pete, I remember him coming down and the conversation we had, like moments like that I remember so clearly, like it was yesterday, and it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane to me. Insane. And in 10 years, Sadie will be 16.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to go by just as fast as that went.
In 10 years, Bryn will be 23 and Brody will be 21.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculousness. So I can't, it's going by really fast for me.
Yeah.
Too fast.
So anyway. Well, that was the episode.
That's that, guys.
That was it.
That was quite the episode.
Yeah,
it was a really good episode.
It was a good episode.
So,
and we hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I meant my so-called life.
No, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay, good.
We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Oh yes,
as much as we did.
Life episode.
But also, yeah,
we hope you enjoyed this one.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
So, thanks guys for listening.
Yeah, please send us your stories.
Yeah,
and again, if you're attending a concert and you want to give us a call afterwards to kind of break everything down what you just went through, please give us a call at 1-857-271-1047. Once again, that's 857-271-1047. So you can email us at mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com if you'd like to send us a story. You can do that. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, SoCalledWhatever, Facebook, My So-Called Whatever, Instagram, My So-Called Whatever, and what else? Facebook, Instagram,
and that's pretty much
Twitter.
it. You can do YouTube, but you're just going to this is what you're going to see
this
there.
This is what you're going to,
you're going to hear this.
Right.
So.
Except when we go to the concerts, because we'll upload all our videos to YouTube.
Exciting.
All right.
So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.